Howdy, Saxophone Geeks. Da-da-da-da. I don't know what that was. So, welcome to Saxophone Geek, the 523 subscriber spectacular. It's still the creaky room, still terrible cinematography by myself via a phone. Can you believe we're doing this on our phones? It's crazy. I just saw a video of a cool band, and they were videoing a video, making a video on a phone, and then one of the players was videoing one of the other players on his phone, and that was in the video. So it was a phone video of a phone video of a phone video. You dig what I'm saying? Not sponsored by OtterBox. You dig? Anyway, so I'm Andy Volker. I'm the Saxophone Geek. You are like me, and that's probably why you're watching. Today, for this episode spectacular, I thought we'd talk about something that's really important to playing. That some of us do talk about it a lot. It's really important. I'm actually lazy about it, and that is listening. Because of copyright laws, I can't play you any music to listen to, but I can talk about some new records I just picked up. And I'm going to play the tenor a little bit for you. I've been trying the Florida link on the con, and it actually works pretty well. And so we'll play a little tenor at the end, a little saxophone geekage. So stay tuned for all of that. Let's talk about listening. So I have actually some vinyl here that I just recently picked up. My brother wants to get into collecting vinyl, and I went looking for some records for him. And of course, you end up buying some records for yourself too. I had actually stopped buying vinyl. As you can see, I have a good amount of it. Because music's so available. You're looking for a, Sam Jones record, you go to YouTube, you're going to find it. So nowadays, buying music is it is what it is. But LPs are fun, but you don't need to use LPs. You don't need to buy a record player. That's more of a hobby kind of a thing. So I picked up these, and these are kind of cool. Now, I've got lots of Coltrane and Miles and Sonny Rollins. I got inches of it, But every once in a while, I try to listen to somebody that's outside of the fray, people that you don't normally hear about, or listen to yourself. One of them is Illinois Jacquet. I say Illinois Jacquet, that's how it was said to me. He's a great tenor man. This is one of his more popular records, I think. Just picked it up. I've heard it off and on, but this is a record I don't have on digital format, so picked it up. What's really interesting about Illinois is he plays really great alto. So if you're an alto player and you're like, hey, I'm checking out Cannonball and this guy and that guy, check out Illinois Jacquet on alto. Very good. He's got a great sound. He sounds really good. Plays changes. Really interesting tenor player. So that's that. Next one I got here, I wouldn't have expected to have bought, but the price was right. Pepper Adams playing some great baritone with Elvin Jones, as you can see. George DeVivier, Hank Jones, Bernard McKinley on euphonium. It's a cool record. I like it. Swings good. His sound is incredible, bebop lines. So I love listening to that guy. I don't have a lot of Don Bias. I have one or two. In fact, one of them I can't find it. He plays Stardust, which is really nice. But I just picked this up again. Price was right. It seems like it's original pressing, and the vinyl's in good shape, so you get lucky sometimes. And it sounds really nice. He does some beautiful tunes, and if you've never heard Don Bias, check him out. Really beautiful cat. In the old days, all the cats looked up to Don Bias. They all dug him. And then this one I had pulled out that I didn't just buy. I've had this. So listen to some Randy Weston, great writer, amazing person, and really great records. Any Randy Weston you can pick up is going to be great. Usually great horn players. There's a great one that was later you'd find on CD form that had Pharoah Sanders and some other people on it. Just an amazing writer. Some of the really great tunes of the jazz compositions he wrote. I play Berkshire Blues is one of his. There's a few of them. You're like, oh yeah, right, Randy Weston. So check out some Randy Weston. And if you're not hip to some of those, check them out. And then that leads you to other things. Look at the players, and you see a trumpet player you've never heard of. You look him up, and he's on a, Warren Marsh record, or who knows, whatever. And that's how you lead from one record to another for your listening habits. That's how I was taught to do it. And talking to people, hey, what are you listening to? I'm working on this high A. Who should I listen to for these high notes? Check out this guy, check out that guy. It's kind of what it's about. And lots of cats will tell you that. And that's how I learned about all the stuff I know about, was from hearing people talk about it, checking out, doing the work myself a little bit. Lately, I've been a little lazy when it comes to listening. So I'm trying to put more energy into that. I'm into comedy and I listen to podcasts. I just listen to Joe Rogan podcast, but that doesn't help my tenor playing. So you gotta keep the listening going just as much as the practicing and transcribing and whatever the groups of things that you work on. Listening should always be one of them, not in and out. So I'm working on it, and why not work on it yourself too? Hey, and you're probably listening to some cool stuff. Go ahead and write a comment. Let me know what you're listening to lately. What interesting tenor players or alto players you're digging. I'm always looking for new stuff to hear. I was just somebody was just talking about a New York kind of poppy jazz group called Nowhere, and I'd never seen any of that stuff. They're hilarious. Very interesting. Not my style, but pretty wild what they're doing, some of it. And it's multimedia, shooting that with the video, with the video, with the video. That's what I'm talking about. So it's kind of interesting to see that stuff. The young cats are doing their thing, and we're all in it together. So that's the vibe. So let's play this tenor with this Florida link. Howdy, Saxophone Geeks. Welcome to the final portion of this 523 subscriber extravaganza. So anyway, here's the Con Naked Lady, pre-war rolled tone holes. It's the horn I've had for a while. I don't buy a lot of saxophones. I have a couple of horns, and I play them. So you won't see a lot of, here's this other random horn I have. It's not really like that. So this is the link that I had refaced. It's a Florida, late Florida, whatever. And I went back to the 4 Javas. I've tried a bunch of different stuff. I found that softer reeds weren't working out for me. I overblow a little bit, and I was having a little trouble with them. So I'm back on the 4s, and as long as they're not too hard, I can play them on the mouthpiece. And this is one of them. Alright, a little resistant. It's not, I don't think it's the reed that I was playing on at the time, last time I played this mouthpiece. But it works. I keep having to pull up. The horn seems to really like the mouthpiece. Sometimes this horn, I get tired kind of fast, but I threw it on, I liked it. The brunch the brunch gig I play, the first set's an hour and a half. That's always a good indicator of whether I'm working too hard. Because there's no piano, it's just saxophone, bass, and drums, so when it's not a bass solo, I'm playing. But yeah, it's neat. This saxophone is an old one, and the neck is a little pulled down. The angle should be a little more. And what that causes is for it to be kind of uncomfortable, kind of close to the body and up this way. The cons are like that anyway, but that's just a little exaggerated. Eventually, you can have it pushed up. I'm just afraid, honestly, to have it done. But I know people that are good at it can do it. Good repairmen will tell you, oh, it's not a problem. But superstition, don't let it hold you back. So anyway, that's the Con with the Florida. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. Like, subscribe. I'm trying to put more content up. I'm sorry I don't put up more. But as you can see, it's hard to make good videos. I mean, these guys that make really happening, the high-end saxophone YouTubers, Better Sax Guy, he's got I'm in a different shirt right now because I spilled egg on the other shirt I was wearing, the top I was wearing there. So I had to change out. I mean, that's not good production. I mean, he's got like a production assistant, film crew, 3 interns. That's a whole different kind of saxophone video. Here at Saxophone Geek, we're a little more down to earth, a little more in the living room, if you dig what I'm saying to you. So that's the Florida with the Con. Again, I like it. And I think the next video will be about the New York Meyer follow-up on that one. I'm sort of liking it. I'm finding a little intonation stuff, but all that stuff changes. It's just a part of the deal. So, cool. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and we'll see you another time.